When this came out, everyone was talking about this, and we'll get right into this. And this is why it is my number 3. Yes, In a Violent Nature, which I like to call the Diet Coke of Friday the 13th. But I explain why I had that's my number 3.
I would say store brand.
Yeah. So I really did like this film, but soon as within the first 10 minutes, this entire movie, the camera angle you're going to get, you could just, you're not going to know the ending, but you could just tell this is like the Two Towers. There's going to be a lot of walking in this. And I like the tribute to Jason a little bit with that, the sack of part 2, because I just think that's great. It's just like, Dave, what's the killer they never found in Texas? The Sundown movie? The
Phantom, the Midnight Phantom.
Yes.
Count the credits Sundown.
Yeah.
True story.
Yes, it is. And that killer was never found. That's definitely something everybody should check out if they didn't. But I liked it. I thought the kills got a little absurd after a while, but I just liked
the pretzel one.
Yeah, that's everybody's going crazy. I'm like she couldn't move, or I would just throw myself. Oh boy, I'm not getting that. But that's not happening to me. But the thing I give a giant credit to this is you gave it's really the DP in the point of view of you. This was kind of like saying, this is Jason Voorhees' point of view of every Friday the 13th movie. Mm-hmm. He's going from one to the next. And I thought that was really cool. And I was happy to see Laura Marie Taylor from Friday the 13th Part 2 at the end of it. And I was just sitting there, spoiler alert, sitting there like, if they stop this truck and it's there, it's going to kill the whole movie. And thank God that didn't happen. Because you're talking forever. I'm like, are we leading to something? Because if they stop, and he just comes through the window, how do you pinpoint that stop? But it didn't happen. But you got a little bit of a backstory. I think that's something you can make a sequel out of. But I think you're going to need to change it, because I don't know if this is a one-trick pony movie.
I was going to say it. I really enjoyed this one. The only reason it's not in my top 5, I think, is I admire that it's experimental in nature, and I love when a movie just goes for it like that. But narratively, I mean, yeah, you know what you're getting with it, and I don't know that you could do a sequel without just doing the same thing again, unless if they really want to be meta and they really want to just troll everyone, they could do a sequel that's just 90 minutes of a black screen, and that's him in his grave. Or something like that. I'm just saying I'd applaud it. I'd be like, kudos for going there. But I think the thing that fascinated me most about In a Violent Nature was how it kind of lends itself to its own mythology, where you hear murmurs of oh yeah, and then 10 years ago he did this. And you realize, oh, it's almost like we're jumping into the middle of a franchise, and what we're seeing could be the 3rd or 4th movie in this series. And we're just getting this unique, viewpoint into it.
I think the name of it is really what the selling point is. Really, that's just me. And there's a lot of people like the whole idea of the walking and the point of view and all that. But you are going to see some pretty crazy kills, and it was announced. That's what sold the tickets. Alex, do you see this?
I did. I enjoyed it the first time I watched it, but then I tried to rewatch it, and it kind of ruined it for me a little bit. I do appreciate that they tried to do something different with it, but upon rewatch, just watching them walk around the woods was just giving me a headache a little bit, and it was driving me a little nuts how they did something different, but with everything being out of context, it was just kind of driving me crazy a little bit. It reminded me of I was watching somebody play the Friday the 13th video game like
Video
the
game.
online video game.
And the
Just
purple
watching. Yeah, but on the other hand, though, like I think that if it was just like a regular slasher movie, it would be even more of a Jason ripoff, and it would be more unoriginal if they didn't do this original idea. But also, I thought what pissed me off the most was some of the kills you don't even see, and other kills are like just like over the top insane. So I feel like it was inconsistent. Like I feel like you should just pick one or the other. Either do bloodless off-screen kills like the drowning death or the death at the very beginning, or just go crazy like that yoga kill or the wood splitter kill. I just didn't understand how like every other one was like a bloodless kill, and then the next one was like batshit crazy.
I can tell you, Alex, this may or may not, but it does affect mainstream movies like that too. But for like Dark Military, there was off-screen kills, and then you got the ones that you want to make count because you only have so much budget, time.
Yeah.
Same thing in Hollywood. Like there's probably just only so much like you gotta do these.
This was like a Shudder original. I'm sure they didn't have. They put all their money into that pretzel yoga kill.
Even the first like Friday the 13th, like you didn't see what happened to Nettie, you didn't see the bow and arrow girl, but like you cashed in over here though, that's for sure. And there's other ones, so it could be that too, or maybe they actually did. Maybe they did kill them, and the director didn't like the kill in post. It was like, no, just cut this, you know.
And I gotta also add that the very last scene pissed me off so much. I love Lauren Marie Taylor's a sweetheart. She's so nice. I talked to her for a long time when I met her, but that scene was so dumb. I did not care about the story about the bear in the woods of Canada. I wanted.
But Alex, I could jump in here and say that was the only name, if you want to say, that recognizable face of the horror. So I understand they probably want to bring her in and give her some time. But again, as I stated, I'm like, all I'm saying is, okay, there, this, that. I'm like, where's this going? Because if she stops and says like, oh, I got sodas in the trunk, hold on, and like he's there, I'm gonna scream. And it didn't happen, but I also felt like something should happen though. Like, is this over? I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I get what you're talking about. I get what you're talking about though.